What the? They love each other.
It's just love. Love is love.
Whew, that was my cardio.
What is up?
Wrestle Fandom Radio. Let's effing go. Guys, I don't know about you. It's been a great last couple days for me. Thursday, NFL draft. Friday, NFL draft. And the beginning of what, Drew?
What?
Garrett, pick it up. Pick
What?
up what I put down. And Friday was the start of what? The
WWE Draft.
Guys. It was the WWE Draft. You guys are doing great.
You're doing great, Drew. You're doing great.
That's what I'm here for.
You guys. So, then Friday we had the NFL Draft also. Saturday NFL Draft. And then last night, what was last night, Drew?
Raw?
I hate you.
Night 2 of the draft.
Very good. Now, before we get into that, because that's pretty much what today's episode is going to be about.
Are we going to talk about the thing that's never been done before in professional wrestling? Because this is
it's not the clip that was shown on TV. It's front row fan footage. So we actually have the audio of what was really said. So without further ado, the clip. Tony Khan, Jack Perry. Hi, Jack. Jack, you said you had a question for me? Yeah, Tony. Tony, will you go to prom with me? Yeah, Jack, I'll go with you. Oh my God, I've been hoping you want. Oh, we're in love. Just love. Oh, look how this is a pure moment. Oh, this is not a messing with. I'm so happy, Jack. Oh yes, we're together. Finally, we can be together forever and ever. Nothing bad will ever happen with us. Nothing bad will ever happen. And it cut off the end of it.
We forgot to
when you work a billion hours.
So stay tuned later on our socials to see the end of the video. I had no idea how to continue it on. I was very tired today. I was editing a lot. I forgot to extend the end.
You did plenty. I would have forgotten it done the same thing.
So apparently Jack Perry beat up Tony. So you see Tony Khan after he's got the Garrett neck brace on that Garrett used to have to wear all the time.
Son of a bitch stole my idea.
He really did. And I laughed when I saw him in the neck brace. I'm like, bitch, we did this 3.5 years ago.
I did that. I literally did that 3 years ago.
We did that we did that before Todd was even on the podcast.
Yeah.
The old days of Wrestle Fandom. At the D. Hi, Z. We miss you, Z.
We love you, Z.
We do love Z. And hopefully, before we get into this draft, everybody tuned in yesterday for the debut episode of what, Todd?
The Todd and
Joe Morning Show!
No one knows what's going on.
Right. I never know what's going on.
Todd makes sense because, Todd's always a little, we'll say hazy.
Complex says AEW, no one cares without and
oh.
It's kind of a good point.
Ain't wrong.
All right, this is the last time Harley will be recording with us.
I said let my dog go freak out because my girlfriend came home.
Sorry about it.
Anyways, that was Harley. She apparently had a lot of things to say about the draft.
Hey, that's cool. All opinions count. and matter.
Yes, they do. So, what was I saying?
Joe and Todd morning show.
Yes,
Yeah.
Joe,
I
Todd
smoke
and
a lot
Joe
of pot.
morning show. Todd and Joe morning show. Debuted
Nice.
yesterday. A lot of 90s nostalgia there. A little bit of a fun conspiracy theories. I was actually telling my sister about the conspiracy theory, and she, like, for some reason, she never heard. Oh, our biggest fan commented in the chat.
Which chat?
My mom?
No, the live stream. Actually, he's been the most loyal fan we've had since the beginning.
Yeah.
Our friend Complex Mothra.
Complex is nothing except
And I'm
loyal.
really glad he found us at our new daytime and channel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We
Morning
appreciate it.
Show. We're gonna try to get those out every Monday. We'll pre-record those. Check out the stuff all throughout the week. We're gonna start putting more stuff on. But
Yeah, more shows are going to start rolling out. So,
and it's not necessarily just shows. There's gonna be a lot
of reels,
of content, recaps, stuff like that.
Yeah, reactions. There's going to be like 5-minute episodes of stuff about movies. So check it out.
So before we get started with the draft, I am going to read you what the rules were for the draft this year.
Is there a wild card rule anymore?
All right. You guys talk amongst yourself for about 2 minutes.
I'm not a fan of the draft.
X-Men 97's tomorrow.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm in for that. Got to see the big thing. Bastion's on. That's going to be cool.
Hell yeah.
Hey, what up, dog? I guess you're joining me again. Indy.
What up, dog?
So Todd, you're not a fan of the draft.
I enjoy it when people like not bounce around, like get assigned to show, like just kind of show up here, show up there, fuck with this, like it's just makes it. It's what always was done for a long ass time, and then it
only happens now. Yeah,
they would do the draft, but then people, 6-8 months in, all of a sudden, that Raw person's on fucking SmackDown. Why? And then it just and it just kind of became stupid and pointless to do a draft and assign people to shows, and then they just show up on other shows anyway. So why are you even wasting time?
I apologize for that, guys. So where are the draft rules? I had them somewhere. Here we go. Draft rules. So the champions weren't eligible for draft, correct?
Unless they lost, which they didn't.
Right. On SmackDown, there will be 4 rounds, 16 total picks. On Raw, there were 6 rounds, 24 total picks. Champions on each brand are protected. Women tag team champions are eligible, though, because it's the only one set of tag things.
Right.
SmackDown will pick first on Friday. Raw will pick first on Monday. Rosters lock next Monday. Now, I find that very, very interesting. What's the Saturday, guys?
France.
Right. So that's just telling me personally, one of these champs are going to lose and go to the other brand because somebody else is going to win it. We can speculate about that after. But first, round 1 for Raw. Garrett, take us away. That's Tony Khan. Never mind.
That's
I just wanted a Pepsi.
First overall pick period was Jey Uso. Then we had Seth Rollins. Weird that he's not on. Then Braun Breaker got taken. Weird. Obviously, we knew Liv was gonna say Ricochet. Hopefully, they got big plans for him because he's up higher. Sheamus, obviously higher up. Alpha Academy staying. Kiana James from NXT. That was one of the first bigger ones. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Ivar, hopefully something more starts happening with him. Shayna Baszler on to Raw, along with Zoe Stark. So
Ivar needs to get rid of the Viking motif.
He really does. And honestly, if he were to go, well, in NXT, he didn't. When he went to NXT, he didn't show up with that. And
yeah, I saw that.
So he's going to be either he did. I have to check it out. But he challenged for the North American title. Like, first off, I mean, nothing against the guy who has it. I think he should win it. He needs some type of shine, and if they can't give it to him on Raw or SmackDown, give it to him in NXT. But if he has a run there, it'll be easier for him to get rid of that gimmick. If he goes on a run there.
Just keep him off of TV for a month and just have him come back as himself.
Easy. So what do you guys think about Jay and Seth as the first two picks?
Oh, it's Usi, baby. I love it. I love Jay Uso.
Sound about right?
Number one pick. I love it. Because that's just telling me Jay's getting his run finally.
I hope so. I mean, I don't see him winning. I don't like it's too. I feel like it could be too soon, or maybe Priest is just going to be transitional. Maybe Jay's going to get his run. Maybe it'll
Priest.
Back to what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Because
Judgment Day is going to be broken up soon, right?
We know what group is on SmackDown that he was long affiliated with is on SmackDown. To me, it makes perfect sense because you put that belt on Jay. Roman announced he pulled himself from the draft. So he's taking a break. You start giving Jay a run, him messing with Solo, everybody else, and then in 6 months, Tribal Chief comes back, wins it. Sets up either Mania, SummerSlam down the road, Roman trying to reclaim both belts.
Well, what about Fatu coming in? You think you're gonna show up at Backlash to ruin that for him, or?
I think it's a strong possibility. Again, this whole new era is it's funny. Like, I'm just like a giddy little kid, and I'm like, yo, like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's actually unpredictable. It's a little unpredictable.
Garrett, it's that big?
Yeah. No.
Oh, sorry.
It's a little unpredictable.
All right. So now we'll go into SmackDown on night one. And the first pick from SmackDown is Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, followed by the Bloodline, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Who?
L.A. Okay, LA Knight. Cedric Alexander.
Huh.
AJ Styles. Baron Corbin. Andrade. Carmelo Hayes. And Nia Jax. Like, what the hell was that, Garrett?
I don't know. I have no idea what the hell that was.
What do you mean? All right, we're not in studio anymore. We can't do our stupid skits anymore. Like, fucking with the videos that are loaded up in there is not what we're doing. We're sitting here, we're discussing shit, okay?
You know that I'm tech-carded. I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll talk about this after we're off the live stream.
You know it wasn't me. It wasn't me last time. And it's not now.
Z's across the country with Mo. Z's not hacking our channel. We'll talk about it after.
Okay.
We'll talk about Raw Night 2.
Okay. We'll talk about it after.
Go ahead, Drew.
So,
Gunther, Damage Control, Braun Strowman.
Yeah, Braun came back.
CM Punk, Andrew McIntyre against each other. The LWO. I can't say his first name.
Ilya Dragunov.
Now, Judgment Day.
The remainder of Judgment Day.
Right.
Larry Valkyria.
Remainder of New Day. Big Bronson Reed. The Final Testament. I hate that name, by the way. Odyssey Jones. Natalia.
Yeah.
Damn. Caden Carter and Katana Chance. Yo, get them the titles.
You can get them.
Jack. New Catch Republic. Pete Dunne. So, how do we feel about that? Drew, you look super confused.
Is it Grim?
What'd you just say?
Grim? Oxford languages? Adjective? Forbidding or uninviting?
Is that what that QR code bullshit was?
I think so.
Really, Garrett?
Dude, the Grim wasn't me the first time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Someone's telling.
I don't own any masks. I don't know how to do anything on this. How could it be me?
Well, because the Grim came for you last time.
The Grim came for me. So why would it be? Why would it anything have to do with me?
Have you ever watched a horror movie? So if it's not you, Drew has no idea what the hell we're talking about.
That's actually a good point, but it's still not me.
Anyways.
Can we drop this and move on?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, which isn't really, so whatever. All right. Jade Cargill was the first overall pick.
Of course. Damn right.
Tiffany Stratton, I'm not a big fan of hers.
Stacked.
The Pride right there. Those people. Nakamura, good old shit name, Naomi. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
Chelsea.
I like Chelsea. I like when what's faces. Pretty Deadly. I'm not a fan of them. Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae, who are like turning heel. HBK and Triple H there. Davenport, Apollo Crews, and Tegan Knox, which she hasn't been doing much. And
she hasn't. So, what do you guys?
I didn't think Triple H and Shawn Michaels could wrestle anymore, but more power to them.
Well, I have I'll read the whole roster quick for Raw, and then I'll read the whole roster quick for SmackDown. Let's talk about who we're more excited about. We got Damian Priest and Becky Lynch, Sami Zayn, and the Awesome Truth. Those are all the title holders in Raw.
Okay.
Then we got main event Jey Uso, Seth, Braun Breaker, the loveliest wrestler in the world, Liv Morgan, Ricochet, Sheamus, Alpha Academy, Kiana James, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, Alba Fry and Isla Dawn, Ivar, Imperium, Damage Control, Drew's Idol, CM Punk, Braun Strowman. I don't know about you guys. I was super excited to see him come back. And,
I love Braun.
To see him come back, but man,
and for him to kind of go after Mahomes a little bit was kind of dope. I enjoyed that a little bit personally.
That was good. It was very well done.
And I hope he gets some kind of run, not even title run, just storyline, like a good storyline.
He just needs a good story.
Yeah.
I think Triple H will give it to him. Now that era.
We have the New Day. Yes, it is.
I wonder if Big
where did I leave off? Oh, we have LWO, Drew McIntyre. I love how Drew is like almost like the whiny, like
I love it.
Dude, this version of Drew is great. The whole they're screwing me over. I deserve the chance. I'm digging it. That whole scene.
Because here's the weird thing, right? He's using real life CM Punk stuff.
Yeah.
And taking it and putting it into the story because nothing Drew is saying is wrong.
No,
it's
not
like
at all.
when CM Punk left WWE, he was not wrong about anything. Everything he said was right. He's like, they're making us sick. We work too much. We're not allowed to get this time, this days off. So now Drew is doing the same thing. He's not wrong. He's like, no one respects Sheamus in the back. I'm his only friend. People are shitting on him, and I'm over here telling the truth. You know, like he's saying I'm the one telling the truth, which is the same thing as tell me when I'm lying. It's actually genius. Like I love what they're doing together. Because if they're saying in the back going, we have to do this, it's working. It's absolutely working. God damn it. What?
So it might have been the truth like 6 months ago, but he's re-signed now, and I love the fact that they're using that. Oh, Eric Strife is on there. He says,
yeah, he is.
It was Casper. I don't know if that's some kind of inside gay porn thing that you guys are into. I don't judge. It's 2024. Anyways.
We leave that on the interwebs. Just
I know.
Eric
So I totally did. That whole segment was dope. Like with Punk up in the skybox and then McIntyre, where is he? Where is he? And then it's just a signed picture of Punk. Punk does the crisscross applesauce in the ring. But the thing that I loved the most about that the whole entire thing, was when Booker T was getting interviewed. And then he turns around and Drew's there. And Drew's like, Booker, you're full of shit. I was here when you were here last time. I know how you really feel about him. And like Garrett just said, the mixing of the kayfabe with the real life, even though Punk isn't that Punk anymore. I feel like Punk has gotten real damn close to redemption with me. How he's approached and been in WWE since he's been back, I'm down with it. I'm down, dude. Like, Garrett,
I've been down day
one. I
one.
know you hate him, and you want to fight him. So CM Punk,
Let Garrett
you
fight.
are watching this,
Let Garrett fight. Let Garrett fight.
Let me fight.
I got 3 words for you. Let Garrett fight.
Why don't we have Let Garrett Fight t-shirts?
Oh, we're going to.
Why don't we?
You know who we could get
It's
that
part of
from?
phase 2 of launching the channel, Garrett. I'll let you into it.
But you know where you can get a t-shirt like that done?
Oh, where, Todd? Why don't you let me know?
At this beautiful place called Seasonal Sports here in Whitesboro.
Oh, where's it located?
Is that the one on Risky Boulevard?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the one on Risky Boulevard. And if I'm remembering correctly,
who should you talk to when you go there?
Fred. You got to talk to Fred. I mean, you can
He
talk to
doesn't
like his wife and stuff, but Fred, you got to talk to Fred.
he lives like 5 hours away. Not longer.
Who? What?
Drew's like,
Drew.
hey,
That's no idea.
I can put the 16 hours in to go there, I guess, to get
You
some
should.
shirts printed.
That's a good dude. Good
well,
good
cool
t-shirt.
thing about it, Drew, they have a website where you can go to and order from, and we haven't updated it in probably about 2 years, but we got some merch on there. We're gonna be adding more merch. We're gonna get that popping, but that's part of phase 2 or 3 of this.
Right,
so going on, we have the Judgment Day. I found it very, very interesting that it says the Judgment Day, but it didn't say anything about Rhea. Because we know she's not going to be out for a whole year.
Right.
So when she comes back, does she align with them again? Will they even be around then?
That was exactly what I was going to say. Are they even going to be around?
You want me to acknowledge you, Garrett? Are you our tribal?
No, I think they're getting rid of it. I think that Judgment Day is about to be kaput. Did you guys see the Jey Uso interview?
Yep.
The spicy thing that was occurring in the background?
Oh, yeah.
Where Liv Morgan walked out of a door, and then about 4 seconds later, Dirty Dom walked out of the same door.
Oh. I like that setup.
Yeah, and we know JD McDonough's already getting annoyed with being being there, and what's really been going on with Finn, he's there some nights, he's not there other nights. It's like I don't see them lasting much longer.
I want Finn back, like old Finn. Like I don't know. Finn is good by himself. Like he's just a good wrestler and a good whatever. Like he's just good by himself.
I want to see the old Finn kind of come back. Like not necessarily the whole Baylor Club bullshit or whatever. I want to see him truly eventually get a run, whether it be IC, US title, something. I want him to have a run, and I want to see the goddamn Demon come back.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping Triple H brings back the Cruiserweight and just has that and puts it on him and lets him start it and bring it back. And it's like him and Ricochet.
Dirty Dom, baby. You put it on Dirty Dom. I don't know if you know this, Garrett, but he did time.
Hard time.
He's the toughest to be in the WWE. And then we got Elijah Dragunov. I'm not you guys know I'm not up on NXT all the time.
Ilya.
I know of him. I don't know enough of him to have to be excited about him.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's real good.
Yeah, he is good.
He's
Ilya
a machine.
Really, really good. He is. He's a machine.
He's like a mini Cesaro, maybe is what you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Drew's nickname say nickname?
Yes.
It does.
Yeah, he is. He's one of those pound for pound guys. He's every bit of him is muscle that he uses. He's like Tyler Bate. He's another big boy. You know what I mean? And his finisher, usually a guy's, he lays them out. They're already down on the mat, and then he just does a driving forearm or elbow right into their face and pins them. He is serious.
That's not
it's not very nice. He's not a trust. However, I think he's going to replace Giovanni in Imperium.
Man, that'd be awesome. I would love that.
So then we got Lyra Valkyria, the Final Testament.
Yeah.
Not Judgment Day.
Yeah, the dollar store version of Judgment Day.
See, that's the thing is now they're both there, and it's a very similar gimmick, which is why I also think that Judgment Day is going to be ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we got Bronson Reed, followed by Natalya, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance. Like I said earlier, I want to see these girls get the belts and go. I love Katana. I think she's awesome. I think give her the spotlight, let her go. I think she'll crush it.
They're ring attire matches.
Yeah. Odyssey Jones. Anybody?
I'm not as familiar with him.
I have no idea.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen any matches from him yet.
Okay. Dijak.
How many times can they repackage that dude?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like this is the run he should have gotten the first time. You know what I mean? But it almost might be too little too late. I like him personally.
I like him as a wrestler. I think he's great.
But I feel like for the main part of the fans, it might be too little too late. I'm hoping that he can make some type of splash. I really don't want him to job. He's too big to be a jobber.
Way too big for that.
And then
what do you guys think about, before we move on, what do you guys think about the whole steal of Braun Breaker? Because they made such a big deal about SmackDown signing him, and then now he's on Raw. What do you guys think of that? Was that the swerve the whole time, or was it was that why it's so long? know.
I think it might have been a last-minute change just looking at the roster. I think maybe somebody thought they were going to be available to come back, or maybe contract negotiations came through, or somebody's still injured. I think he was originally supposed to be on SmackDown, and I think just plans changed, you know? And then we got the Creed Brothers and Ivy Nile and New Catch Republic. That is our current Raw roster. Now, I'll start with you, Garrett, on a scale of 1 to undisputed heavyweight championship. How do you feel about their roster?
I feel about IC title. How's that sound?
Okay, that works for me.
I'm about halfway there on it. It's when you look at both, we can go over. You're going to go over SmackDown as well, but it's like there weren't many changes overall.
I agree.
So it's like, what's really changing? What are they? There's not much going on.
Well,
I know there's articles out about it. I don't know what's going on.
I have a whole kind of a spiel about everything. I'll get into it after we do SmackDown's draft. Anyways,
All right.
But let's get through the grades quick. Todd, what do you grade it? The roster.
I wasn't paying attention. Can you read it again?
Sure.
It was meh.
Bring the chronic hot chalk.
No, I don't know, man. Like I was saying to those guys, and I think I said to you before, like I'm not a huge fan of this whole fucking draft thing. Like, because it either 6 to 8 months from now just falls apart anyway, and you see people from one show on another show, and then it's just stupid. So why?
Well, we got to remember it fell apart under McMahon's watchful
right, but numerous times. It wasn't just like, oh, we tried it once and it fell apart. It was like, oh, we tried it many times and it just shit on itself because you're limiting yourself.
Brown, you said shit on yourself. We're talking about Vince McMahon. This is great. We're getting banned
because it like kind of limits yourself to storylines just within those people instead of like branching out and having the whole roster to have people have different storylines you never would think would go on, or you know, ones that you're like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen regardless. You're going to get to a point where you're going to run out of people to go against each other. It'll just get there eventually, and it'll be the same like thing, or it'll just be, oh, instead of this person being heel, this person being babyface, let's switch it up, you know. And that's what'll happen eventually, because you're limiting yourself to just the confines of those people on each show, instead of being like, here are 60 wrestlers that can interact with each other and do crazy ass. 1 week they're on Raw, 1 week they're on SmackDown, 1 week they're on both, you know, like it just kind of takes that away, and you're like, oh, okay.
Well, I think a lot of the reason that they do how they do it now is to give the wrestlers that time off.
Oh, for sure. And absolutely. And that's fair. But
so what would your grade be?
What's that?
What would your grade be?
I don't know. 3.
Okay. 3 out of 10. That's quite a low score. Drew, I saw you fiddling with your notebook.
So the whole draft, I like the idea of being a huge sports fan. I love this idea. My problem, like Chronic the Hedgehog said, is that they don't like commit. And that's part of the problem. And I get it. Wrestling can change on a dime and this or that. But they don't really commit to a whole lot of stories. They like get 2 really good ones, and then they let everything just kind of like peter until they feel like, oh, we'll give someone this title because this run, because, well, they're really big with the crowd, or they don't, and they're still big with the crowd, and they don't give them a run. But I always thought you would take 2 titles, or maybe you have, you take the 2 big titles, and you make those Raw and SmackDown. So those are the storylines that run through Raw and SmackDown. So those are your workhorse people, which I know you don't want to work them as much, but you put them on both shows. Maybe they don't do house shows. Then you've got your 2 titles relegated to those shows, so Intercontinental, United States, Intercontinental, whatever it be, and then you have your tag team titles to that show too. And that way you can cycle through everybody, and you can have a creative team, kind of like a comic book. You put creative teams in charge of these divisions or these pockets of wrestlers, and you you maneuver around and work and interchange these pieces to keep it fresh and keep it moving forward. And then you use like a ranking system to move these people up. Now that I've bored you to death, I would give it a 6. My grade for the draft.
Honestly, my response to that is get this man a shield.
Yeah.
Like, you're absolutely right. I'm going to give it United States title ranking. And I'll tell you why. Because even though it appears on both rosters, there's not a lot of change. And with the veterans, there really wasn't a lot of a change. But you got a lot of fresh faces in there.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
A lot of NXT call-ups.
Well, yeah, a lot of talent that has yet to really prove themselves. Even people that have been there for a minute that really haven't been given the chance. I think Triple H is going to give us a chance. And I've always loved the U.S. title belt because it's always been the fun belt. The open challenge, everything else. And I kind of get that vibe from this roster. Like, you have a lot of young talent there that could be your next superstars, but they could peter out. It's just like a real NFL draft, you know?
The other thing I wanted to counter with what Drew was saying was, like, he's right about everything they say, and especially that the rosters meld between Rumble and Mania, right? They usually stay solid from the draft until Rumble, and then it starts to get a little wonky, right? And maybe they'll do that next year, but maybe they won't, because now these are all the first steps. This is the first year in the Levesque era, so maybe we'll actually see a change in all of that. This is the first year of what, you know. Obviously, all the tones are going to be there,
and that's why, like, now that we're in the PLE, the Paul Levesque era, I want to see how he does the whole entire run. So
Samuels is in the comments.
I'm going to go through the SmackDown roster.
Joe,
what?
Samuels is in the comments.
Oh, what do you say? Surprised he just didn't call me.
Well, he's being a real fan, man. He's in there. He's being your best. He's being your best friend.
Yeah, he's not calling the hotline.
Yeah, he was my Drew replacement come 9th grade. So let's get him up on the sumbitch. Oh, that's my bedroom. You don't want to see that.
Well, because I also want to know what he said. Because for if anyone else who can't see it, he says Samuel says go back to one heavyweight title, one international
title, one
tag team title. That way, in the words of Macho Man, Cream will rise to the top. So
he's with the baby right now. So Maddie, if you get a chance before the end of the live stream, FaceTime in. If not, we love you. We'll get you on soon. So I'm going to go through the SmackDown roster just for the sake of time because I have to go to work tonight. Let me get through the roster before we start talking about it.
Work, Schmirk.
It pays the bills, dog. It pays the bills. So, SmackDown. Obviously, we got the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We have Bayley. We have our U.S. title holder, Logan Paul. Remind me to talk about LP in a minute. But we got A-Town Down Under, Bianca, Carmelo Hayes, Randy Orton, Nia, L.A. Knight, the Bloodline, the Phenomenal One, Andrade, and I can actually say his name now, guys. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like, for 2 years now, I've called him, and I can't even say it wrong now. Anyways. Like, literally, dude, earlier I sat here just reading it over and over again so I could, like, say it the right way.
I appreciate your work.
My dedication.
Yeah.
The OC, Baron Corbin, Cedric Alexander, and Ashante, the Adonis. Jade Cargill, KO, the Pride. It's Tiffy time. Now let me see if I can say it where Todd couldn't. Legado del Fantasma.
No, Phantasma.
It's Phantasma.
It's Legado del Phantasma.
Yeah.
I learn one, I forget the other. Shinsuke, Naomi, Chelsea and Piper, pretty deadly. I think they're pretty dumb. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, DIY.
Are you reading that from a prompter?
Yeah, my phone's up. Here, I'll do it like this. DIY, Blair Davenport. I wear glasses now. This thing's far away. Apollo Cruz, Giovanni Vinci, and Tegan Knox. So, I thought starting off Raw with Logan Paul, with the whatever it was, Rolls Royce, Bentley, whatever, meeting the Chiefs in there. I think if they decide to stay with Judgment Day, you might see Logan Paul take it over.
I don't think so, man.
I don't know. It was weird setting them up for Logan Paul. Like
it did. It was a little weird.
It hit a little different than them backing up Logan Paul in the ring. I love the whole spot with the Super Bowl rings instead of the brass knuckles. But
did you see the picture of his forehead?
Yeah.
Yo.
Legit.
Well, you see when he came out later on for the tag match, his whole shit was all
it's still messed up.
Yeah.
But I hate, and I know you're supposed to, I hate the fact I like to hate him. I hate the fact that he's so good. Like, it pisses me off. But Matt just said in the chat, Logan Paul was born for
WWE. Yeah.
He's
right.
Was. He's the
right.
He's the perfect heel, guys. Like he's
the perfect heel.
And the fact that he's established himself before he even walked through the doors.
Yep.
Just makes me hate that dude even more. Like,
I don't care who knows it, but I love him. I love him. I love him.
I love to hate him. I truly do. Now, again, with this roster, I feel like it's just how like Raw. Like, there's not a lot of changes with the veterans, but you have a lot of new talent coming in, which, again, I love that idea of these old timers doing programs with these young guys, and then everything kind of going good. And the other thing I forgot to bring up about the whole Drew McIntyre thing, how great was it that the APA were announcing it, and we got a damn.
Oh, I know. It was almost like, dude, is he going to get hurt when he says this? Because they were chanting pretty good.
Like you knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah.
And holy
the moment
shit,
I saw him, I was like, we're getting a damn.
Oh, yeah.
How old do they look? Like, especially Ron Simmons. Like,
yeah, but again,
yep.
Man, the people that went through the Attitude Era
is older. You know, like Ron Simmons was older than you thought during the Attitude Era.
I know. It's just it's weird seeing like one of your heroes kind of starting to look like a decrepit old man when before it, like, if I saw him on the street, I'd probably cross the road and because he was a bad motherfucker. And now I'm like, I want to help him cross the road. Like,
yeah.
It's just
miles on the bodies, man. Like,
Mama C says, "What's up, guys?"
Hey.
I'll start off this time. I'll give this roster. I'll give it the IC title. Like, I like this roster a little bit better. You got Cody. You got Randy. You got KO. My mom just gave us all a kiss. Ma, put your lips away. You're not kissing these guys, okay? What do you think you're doing? I get it. I get that Todd is an undoubtedly extremely handsome man.
Yeah, like Todd's the magnet.
Drew used to be the lady killer back in high school, and Garrett looks like Jughead Jones, but
hey. Remember, you know how much you love him. He says this online, but you should see the texts. All right.
Look at her response. She said she's living her
best life.
So,
yes,
Mom, I'm going to
live your best life.
That you're selling yourself out right now to my three co-hosts. And I know Garrett hates co-hosts, But in that term, we're all hosts. But for this sentence, it was co-host, Garrett. I don't want you to get mad like you do with CM Punk and everything else. Like, I want you to be calm. And apparently, okay, Mark, stop.
Are you guys looking at the comments? Huh?
I can't see it.
It says I can kiss whoever I want.
Click the live stream tab instead of the studio.
I'm a grown woman. You can't
Ma,
shit.
Ma, you're in trouble. I apologize to everybody watching right now to this little domestic thing going on right now, but my mother, I know Mother's Day's coming up real quick, but
and I'm now seeing where you get it from.
Dashing good looks, the sense of humor. I don't know where I don't have the hoe tendencies, so
yeah, you do. You're a hoe for sure.
Yes, you do. And she said it on the Cronus. Yes.
I got a better idea. Hang on.
You can close it.
This is fun. All right, so let's see if she wants to answer.
She can't. She's watching the show.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
So, Ma, why are you trying to whore yourself up to Garrett, Todd, and Drew?
Whoa, it's your mom, bro.
You can't say it to your mom.
Oh. And did you just see my sister's comment?
Oh God, no.
What? My mom goes, you said I can kiss whoever I want. Emily commented.
I know. She just called me. I said, I'm on live with the boys.
She goes, the fuck you can, woman.
She goes, I'm on line with the...
And any of you touch my mother, I'll unalive you, motherfucker. Okay, Emily's pissed now, Ma. You're gonna get grounded, Ma.
Oh.
All right, Ma, I love you.
Bye.
Holy shit. And this,
oh my God, my face
God,
is so bad.
earlier we had the bad thing that happened with live, you know, the dog barking and everything. And now this is the beautiful thing about doing a live show.
Oh my God.
My mother decides she wants to be a hoe.
That's hilarious.
And your sister is threatening us. That's fantastic.
I don't know how
Not
I see
me,
the threat
and I'll tell
disappear.
you what, guys, I'd protect you guys from most people, but Emily Ann Williams, guess what? I'm stepping aside. I'm handing her my kendo stick, and she can do whatever the hell she wants against me. Drew, you're lucky you're in a basement. So, how would you? Oh, Emily said she's promising, not threatening.
Oh, does she watch wrestling too?
She did, and actually her husband does, and she is a former MP also, so she actually knows what the hell she's doing. So tread lightly, Garrett, with your damn videos.
I didn't do it.
With your damn videos.
Mhm.
Anyways, what's your grade on SmackDown roster, Garrett?
I
We'll do
give it.
Todd. You can rate it a Todd, and it's the top, or you can rate it a Garrett at the bottom.
I give it a go fuck yourself, Joe.
I
give it undisputed.
It's like almost towards the top.
I would give it an undisputed tag title with the USO run rating. How about that?
Or how
Very
about this?
specific.
The undisputed, hardcore, formerly Disruption, currently Wrestle Fandom radio title.
Yeah, Richie the Madman. I give it that. And if when you all find out, when we start unveiling more of that, you'll know what's going on in our local game.
I can't wait for the day where Drew's like, you know what, guys? I'm gonna make the trip to come up and see the show. I got a guest bedroom for you to crash in, buddy. I'd love
Within
to.
the year, we'll make it happen.
Hell yeah. and then we could do a me and Drew sitting next to each other show. Todd, don't be jealous. Like, look
Will
at
you be
Todd's
wearing
look.
pants?
Todd, you look like Indy right now, looking at me when I'm not petting her when I'm at your house.
Watching you
So,
both.
so Todd, what would you grade it?
Todd.
From Todd to Garrett, where would you grade it?
Well, I got to rate it a Todd no matter what I think about it because.
I mean, you could have rated it
come
a
on.
Drew. Could have rated it a Drew.
Ugh.
I could have, but you
Yeah.
know, Todd. It's a goofy fucking name.
Drew, what about you?
I'll give it a 7. I'll give it 1 above Raw.
Yeah, I do think it's the better roster right now. And I don't know, like, The Rock is going to be probably on SmackDown.
Right.
That's what Cody is. That's where the bloodline is.
So then I have a question, right? All of the WWE titles are the SmackDown titles, right?
Yep.
At the Raw after Mania, the first champ on is the SmackDown champion, right? So they're making it clear still that that the SmackDown right now is the more number one show, right?
And I feel like it's been like that for a minute.
Right?
And I think they're going to continue that momentum until they're on Netflix, too.
Why is Raw still 3 hours?
And I agree.
Why?
And it's got
Why?
the bigger
It would be so Raw is going to Netflix, correct? Like you just said?
They both
Is
all
it
of it.
2 hours?
So all
Are we gonna
WWE
downgrade?
content, all WWE content will be on Netflix. So what we had on the WWE Network that went to Peacock, like they're done with Peacock come next year, and all that will be on Netflix.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, and then SmackDown, when their thing is up, will probably be on Netflix as well.
Correct.
When their
Like,
contract with
SmackDown
Fox.
has to finish their contract with Fox, and once they're done with their contract with Fox, they will be going to Netflix also.
Wow.
So, like, there won't be any wrestling on cable TV. It'll all be from streaming services.
Yeah, because I keep hearing that AEW is going to land on HBO Max.
I've heard that a few times too, and honestly, I don't think they're bringing in the money that they were initially. I don't think they're like the pay-per-views. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not shelling out $60-$70 for a pay-per-view, especially since the last decade I've been spoiled with watching everything on a streaming service for a monthly subscription for a fraction of the cost it would cost me to even pay for the big four throughout the year.
Right.
I think AEW would benefit greatly from going to any of the streaming services because it'll be a little bit more accessible to people. And you have them watch their pay-per-views. You have them do whatever. Like, Todd sometimes sends me a link and we'll watch it on a phone. And I don't want to say it's illegal, but it's illegal how we watch it. Like, and that's not helping the business. But I'm not paying $70 to watch a pay-per-view. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but if they were to land on a streaming service like, let's say, if HBO Max or whatever they want to call it, like you said, it would be more beneficial for them because they've got how they're watching it internet-wise done and set. All they got to do is focus on live events again. Because Todd and I paid a really good price for watching as much wrestling as we watched. But since then, product has undeniably gone down in spite of getting maybe even some bigger names in there. I don't know what's changed. I know, like, you know, when we were talking about, like, after the brawl out, like, it felt like a snake bite with it where everything was poisoned, but they should be able to be past that, and they haven't back from it. And what are they doing wrong?
Well,
I like the scapegoat gimmick coming back, but is that enough? I don't think so.
So what I think the issue is, and I've come across this with people in my regular life. Now AEW's been around for what, almost 4 years now?
Yeah.
And people like will still be like, oh, there's a new wrestling company. Like their exposure isn't there. And like, let's be honest, besides watching like sports, who really watches live TV anymore? Like, why am I gonna like make sure I'm at home at 9 o'clock to catch a show or 8 o'clock to catch a show when guess what? When tomorrow at my leisure, I can pop it on and watch it. Like with Raw and SmackDown, unless like there's something crazy like cool going on, I'll watch the hour and a half version on Hulu. Just because it takes out the riffraff. And it's like a lot of times I don't know who the hell some of these people are because they're not top tier guys who are on the Hulu version of it. Mm-hmm. And I think it will crazy benefit AEW exposure wise being with somebody like HBO Max. Because guess what? When I go watch a whatever, Eastbound and Down or whatever on HBO Max, oh shit, they got a wrestling show on there? Like I remember when Lucha Underground was on Netflix. I had no idea what the hell Lucha Underground was because I wasn't even really watching wrestling at the time. But guess what? The first thing I did, I don't even know what I was looking for, but I stopped, went and watched like 4 hours of Lucha Underground.
Hell yeah!
Like, and it's just you got to change with the times. They had such a strong start, and they made such a loud noise, but now they're fizzling, and it sucks because they have a lot of good talent over there.
There's so much good talent.
They just need to clear that writer's room. And, I know 4 guys right here who would volunteer for that job. I'll take that salary.
I've already given a game plan today.
I mean, today was the first one that I didn't give us the game plan on, but we knew we were talking about the draft.
No. I mean, when we were talking how the draft didn't really matter, and I was like, here's how I would do it. Here's a title here, and then interlog, creative teams and all that.
And like me and Garrett have had long conversations about it. Me and Todd have. Me and my buddy Matt. Like not last Thursday before. Matt came over all day and we hung out. We sit there and we for years now have like talked about like
that's all we do.
Right, we're grown children. Like that's true. Essentially what we are. Like the same stuff that I was into when I was in 7th grade, hanging out with Drew, and pretty much the same shit I'm into now.
And the same.
Todd, you're far too grown up for all of us.
You can't even see all the digital shit I have over here.
Garrett, it makes sense you have a bunch of DVDs because you suck with technology. But we all know if we need to have a DVD player work, call Garrett. Yeah.
When the internet, when somebody eventually just shuts all that stuff down, what are you going to watch? Everyone's going to want to come to my house.
Right.
And Todd's the only one who's going to show up without pants, so he's the first one in. So
yes, he pays to not wear pants.
I'm at home alone in my bedroom. If you think I'm wearing pants, you're out of your mind.
So now I get it. You have to go to work, so you've got OnlyFans after this. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Immediately.
You know
all he does.
The camera into work. My OnlyFans, it might not be what people think it is, but they would be completely enthralled with the shit I deal with today.
Drew, as soon as he's done, he just tilts the camera down.
Right.
And then that's it. And then he's on his next show. And then,
welcome to the Joe Zone.
What's that?
What's that?
So he starts every OnlyFans video.
Fandom Radio sponsored by Seasonal Sports.
Seasonal Sports.
Boulevard, Whitesboro, New York.
Go see Fred.
Jesus.
Well, hey, also, once you like and subscribe everything that we have, hop over to UWE's YouTube and start watching their shows where you can see our titles defended. That's right. We are a local podcast, even though we have somebody from out of state. We are a local podcast that has titles. Defended in a company, defended at a school, right around the corner.
Actually, this is the second company that they've been in and defended in. We've had these titles for years now. They've been different iterations. They've expanded. It's been awesome. And if you dig wrestling or you're just watching this to see what my mom says, head over to UWE. And if you put in the promo code, all one word, Joe's Mom's OnlyFans, you'll get 0% off your subscription there. So keep that in mind when you put in the promo code, guys.
Oh, God.
All right. That's
Right. No,
I'm not getting killed by your sister for association.
Yeah, my
All
sister's
Joe.
gonna
That was
fight
all
me.
Joe.
But my mom
It was Joe.
it wasn't me. So Monday, tune in sometime. It'll go up at 7. But for episode 2 of the Todd and Joe Morning Show.
We will continue talking about 90s stuff. The 90s!
So, like, my sister did an episode,
Keep the 90s going. There's so much to talk about.
and she was like completely like, what? That's not true. And then she's like Googling it and everything. She's like, oh my God. She goes, I think that they were doing that. So, you know, maybe we'll, for the conspiracy theory part, we'll pull her on and I'll drop a new conspiracy on for her.
I can dig it.
But we got a lot of content coming up. Drew, I want that.
That's awesome.
That's my favorite version of Spider-Man. So follow the channel.
Speaking of 90s.
I'll be at work for 16 tomorrow, so I won't be posting anything tomorrow. I don't know about you guys, but you know, you guys post whatever you want, whenever you want.
Be on the lookout for Movie Madness Spotlight. It's coming.
Yes, Movie Madness Spotlight coming soon, and hopefully we can arrange something with Casey and we can fully start and finish season 2 of.
I need it. I need it so bad.
No, you need a lot of things, Garrett, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
Have you guys ever done a movie madness with porn?
No.
No! 6 little squirrels sitting on a branch.
Mom, if you comment right now, I swear to God.
Do it! Do it!
I will make sure Emily drives from Arizona to Florida and
I'm waiting.
you're a home lady. We're putting you in a home.
We're putting it home.
All right. Tune in next week. I'm Joey Stones.
I'm just numerous names every week.
But
Yeah, he's a
you
different
are-
name.
You're who today, Todd?
I'm Chronic the Hedgehog.
Guy who can't spell his full name.
G?
I got it. Yay.
I told you I can't use technology. We know this. You're lucky there's a G up there.
Letters are hard.
How do they work?
And the last one, my sister actually just commented she loves your new name.
I've
And,
been nicknamed.
all right. See you guys next week.
Bye!
Garrett's stupid.
Hey, what's up, players? WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and you're watching Wrestle Fandom. Holla!